Let's look back at the history of the Yvonne Arnaud Theatre. This is part 3. One rising river and several rubber ducks. The Yvonne Arnaud Theatre is built on top of the River Wey in Guildford. The river is part of the popular Wey navigation canal route, and we often attract visitors to our cafe and riverside terrace who are stopping off from their trips along the water. But the River Wey has not always been kind to the Yvonne Arnaud, and on occasion being housed on a riverbank has its problems. As floodwater rises, as does the risk to the theatre. In 1968, just 3 years after the theatre was officially opened, Surrey saw floods, the like of which are reckoned to be a once-in-a-millennium event. On the evening of Saturday, the 14th of September 1968, the rain started to fall, and by Monday morning, the river had dramatically burst its banks, with flood levels reaching almost 6 feet in places, displacing dirty, muddy water into surrounding homes, businesses, and the theatre. Sadly, the water had breached the main auditorium of the theatre, covering the stage and over 100 seats. But thankfully, staff were on hand to bail out some of the water and save the scenery that had been on stage from that week's production of My Dearest Angel by R.F. Delderfield. Thankfully, we haven't seen floods to that extreme in the years since. But on Christmas Eve 2013, the river gave us a Christmas gift we could have done without. Heavy rains returned and the water rose quickly due to problems with a weir upstream. At the interval of the Christmas Eve matinee performance of that year's pantomime, the water was lapping over the path and the side of the lock, but Act 2 went ahead as planned. As the finale of the show was playing, the water was now ankle deep outside of stage door, and the theatre garden was disappearing fast. Staff knew that they had to cancel the evening show. Technicians moved electrical wiring for the show from underneath the stage, while the front of house staff rushed to get all the furniture upstairs in the foyer, and the box office were phoning the nearly 600 people booked for the evening performance. On Boxing Day, everybody connected with the theatre came in at 10 a.m. armed with wellies, mops and buckets from home. With the old saying of the show must go on ringing in their ears, the staff managed to get the 1:30 matinee performance to go ahead. Although, they did have to put up a no swimming sign and threw a couple of rubber ducks into the still half-filled orchestra pit for good measure. These days, every winter, staff work together to build our flood barrier defences, so that should minor flooding occur, the theatre is protected and the show really can still go on. You can find out more about the theatre, sign up for our email mailing list and book tickets for future events at yvonne-arnaud.co.uk.